let's get that. And we'll set this up. Perfect. Perfect. We'll set this as a welcome. And what we got? Let's send off some reminders, and then I think we can get started. I hope everybody's having a great night. I think I'm doing a little bit better. Oh, but this morning I coughed my guts out. I did not do very well this morning. But I'm hoping that we're getting to the point where the meds are starting to really do heavy lifting. So that's my hope, that's my prayer, but we'll see what reality gives us. And let's do this. We're just kind of clicking through, sending off reminders. Let's do that, and perfect. I'm looking forward to our next 7 Days to Die playthrough that's coming up soon on Tuesday night. We got a busy week in real life, but hopefully we'll be able to get up. No, all right, I've already done that one. All right, let's click on 2 more, and then we can start. Now this game, Paragnosia, was a free game on Steam. I think like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. It was an anomaly game, and I think it's pretty cool. We did not survive the night so far, so we gotta get our act together here and win, right? All right, so let's get at it. Initialization. All right, initialization. Banished evil. Let's go. All right, here we go. Okay, so in our last episode, we did find a lot of anomalies, but we we can only make 6 mistakes. And then this portal door breaks, and then we get smoked. So we gotta be really observant. And that is actually us in our little storage room. But we gotta keep on moving. It's an observation-based game, so we're looking for anomaly stuff. Oh, I saw you. That was pretty clever, sir. All right. I don't think we got anything else in this room. All right, let's go on. All right, hallway. Nothing else exciting. Oh, you got knocked over. Yeah, okay, we put it back in its place. Is there anything else? Sometimes rooms can have 2 anomalies, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you gotta check. Gotta look through both sides of the amber. Sometimes you see stuff. Sometimes you don't. Okay, so we found 2 anomalies. Nothing outside. I see anything? I don't really see anything. All right. Nothing there. All right. How does the bathroom look? Oh, you look like you're in a weird place. Okay, yeah, okay, so we got 3 anomalies a night in the first hour. My gosh, that's a lot. Nada, nothing else. Okay, oh, I see you. Man, 4 anomalies already? What the mess. Hopefully it slows down in some of the upcoming hours. 4 anomalies is like, that's spicy. I mean, I think 4 anomalies is pretty crazy, to be honest, in the first hour. I don't want to second guess myself. I think we got everything. All right, let's go. All right, what do we got? 4? Oh, we missed one. Oh, we missed one. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. That's wild. We missed an anomaly. That's whack. Anything happening here? No, I don't see nothing. No. I don't see anything else. I don't know. What is this? Okay, nothing. Did burn up a little bit of power. Okay, whatever. Wait, is that meant to be open? Okay, nothing. There was nothing there. Doll looks okay. Nothing else happening. Alright, do we see anything? Was there a tiny little box inside the box? I don't remember there being a tiny little box inside the box. I guess not. Okay. Anything else? I don't see anything else. Nothing else. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Kinda interesting. Alright, bathroom. What do we got? Anything happening here? Nothing. Nothing. don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. Do we see anything else? Nothing. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's a skull. Okay, let's go back through real quick. We gotta be quick about this. Do I see anything else crazy? We gotta be really watching for the paintings. I think some of the paintings we've missed. That's what I think. That's in the kitchen. Nothing else in the kitchen. Nothing else. I don't think we got anything else happening here. Alright, let's go. I don't think we got anything else happening here. Alright, let's try this. What do we got? We missed another one. Okay, alright. Well, okay. That's not great. Do I see anything crazy? I don't. Do I see anything crazy? Nope. Anything with the paintings? No. No. It looks kind of normal to me. Okay. That's kind of crazy that I think one of the anomalies was the door, but it didn't pick up. It was like this door was open, but maybe I couldn't get the anomaly from that angle. Maybe. Nothing. Nothing. Anything crazy? Look. Nothing. Nothing. I don't think we had anything crazy. Nothing. Nothing in the sky. Okay.
Fetch me their souls!
Oh, nice. Eternal, what's happening? I'm gonna fetch their souls. I was like, I know this isn't from the game. That's great. Welcome. We're I don't know. We just started, like, we've been going like 15 minutes. And let me get some water real quick here. Got some bottled water, and I think my coughing is a little bit better the second half of the day than it was this morning. This morning I was teaching a class, and Man, I lost that lung. I was coughing so much, but I think I've done better in the second half of the day. So, ironically, in the first hour, we yeah, hop in random streams and just tell people to get some more sold. Haha, nice, right? Um, I actually added I think 3 or 4 more blurp sounds. I think one of them was funny, and I think 2 of them were scary. But you'd have to dig through. I think, yeah, I forget exactly which ones, but I want to keep on gradually adding so that maybe like when it's all over, there's like I don't know, like 30 of them or something like that. But I'm trying to slowly improve. One thing I'll stop and yap for a little bit, but one of the things I want to redo is like if you look at my stream, I got the Halloween, right? You see like the little ghost floating in the bottom right, the little purple hat. But I want to do like redo the backdrop scene. But I'm trying to remember when I first started live streaming, I didn't have the partitions. So I just had one screen that showed the game and then my little avatar. I didn't have like, the goal in the top right and then the avatar in its own little box and then chat in its own little box and then, my social medias in their own little boxes. I didn't have the separation. I just had like the game and then my little avatar and that was it. And it was like very primitive. But I'm been thinking about like redoing my backdrop scene, but I'm trying to figure out if I have too much clutter or if it's like, oh, you know what, this is like enough. You see the goal, you see like Mal's avatar. If you type something in chat, like say for example, um, say I go in to type something and I say hello world, then the chat box it'll float in the chat box in a few seconds. There's like a little bit of a delay. See, but I haven't figured out if it's like too much clutter or that's also the chat box area is if I'm also collaborating with people. Like say I'm playing 7 Days to Die with Pixel. Pixel's avatar would be in that little box. So I'm not sure. I haven't figured out. Um, I haven't redone my backgrounds in a long, long time, so I got to give that more thought. But it is something I'm considering doing. Oh, now that's an anomaly. Look at all those moving. Oh my gosh! Now that's an anomaly. My goodness, that's spicy. And then this is an anomaly. All those boxes. What the mess? That's wild. And I think we got everything in this room. I don't think there's anything left. Let's back up. Let's go in reverse. Do one more sweep. I don't see anything else. There's one time I had an anomaly of like something was hiding behind the pole, but I'd take the picture, right? But then it wouldn't recognize. So I think I missed the window of like taking the picture of it, and then I ended up losing that. All right, let's go back into the dining room. Do I see anything in dining room that's exciting? No. I have all blurps accessible if you want. I just hope they don't play something too wild. I'm trying to think if I have too much background set. Nah, yeah, I know. It's kind of one of those things where like I have live streamed for a while, and I try to make improvements like so people have a more enjoyable experience or maybe like the types of games I'm playing a strong variety or whatever. But I feel like I feel like my viewership is kind of slowed down, and so I'm trying to figure out like what part of what I'm live streaming is like the downside. Because I know I want to get a little bit more into solo gameplay, that's my origins. But I do want to, people to have an enjoyable experience. But I'm trying to figure out, what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong, or what things I can improve. Like, don't cough into the mic. That'd be one thing, Mel. Okay, right? All right, drink some water. All right, let's keep on going. And do we have anything else here? Oh, well, yeah, this is a slow recovery process. The bummer is let's actually take a picture. Oh, no, now we gotta go. Now we gotta go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah, we missed one. Dog it. Yeah, it's I don't know, like it's kind of rough because I'm so sleep deprived. I haven't been sleeping well because of like the coughing, and that's just a bummer because even though I'm not like all caffeined up or anything like that. Some nights, in the last few nights, I've just been like laying in bed, like you're just trying to sleep, but then you're just staring at the ceiling because your brain's not like slowing down. So, and then tomorrow, like some departments are moving stuff around, so I gotta move desks. I'm gonna be lugging like cabinets and mess around. Just kind of a nuisance, but I'm gonna probably be breathing in like dust and debris tomorrow, so that's gonna be great. Which reminds me, maybe I wear a mask while I move the cabinets and stuff. I'll have to set that off to the side. I think maybe that I don't know. I like normally I don't wear a mask in everyday life or anything, but maybe when I'm moving the desks around, maybe for the sake of dust, maybe I'll wear a mask so I don't go into like a coughing jag. Actually got sent home on Wednesday. My boss is like, "Hey Mel, maybe you should go home early," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll take the hint." Um, yeah, and I was like coughing so bad, like they sent me home. But yeah, I'm kind of in a workplace where everybody's like workaholics, and it's like you get shamed if you aren't in the office. So it's not very much. It's not an environment where like, oh, you're not feeling well, we'll just stay home, work from home. They'll be like, well, you're not like dying, you're not in your deathbed, like we expect to see you in the office, and it's just it's kind of rough because like during the pandemic, it was acceptable to stay home and recover if you weren't like feeling 100%, but now like the company's reverted back to its bad habits, and so unfortunately, um, there's sometimes where I go into the office and I know I'm not 100%, but I don't want to be shamed, publicly shamed and flogged because I don't show up for. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, that is whack. That actually scared the mess out of me. That is wild, and that just appeared out of the middle of nowhere. That was good. That was really good. I actually that is wild, and that's actually the first time where we had I mean something just boom like right in our face. Um Normally it's you roll into the room with the camera and you can be like, "Oh, well that's off," or "Oh, that's off." That's the first time we actually had a legit like just oh, surprise. Like a legit jump scare. That's very nice. That was pretty good. I know that a feeling. I work in heavy construction. I really can't take off when you're. Yeah, yeah, but I believe I take. Okay, well, hey, that's cool. Um, I try to take vacation days occasionally, but we're so understaffed that if I I see you. That was pretty cool. And I don't see anybody else. Nobody else in here. Okay. But yeah. Um, anything else? I don't see nothing else. Let's roll back and kind of look one more time. I don't see nothing. Yeah, that's kind of one of those things where, like, I know people who are in the construction, like, building business. That's some hard work. Like, that's you're working hard for that kind of stuff. People who are in construction and building and stuff. Like, that's not like a cushy job. You like work hard for that. We got enough battery power. We're gonna go back and do one more sweep. I'm waiting for this Muppet, the bear, to get like possessed with like red eyes or something. I would make that into an anomaly, absolutely. I don't think. I think every playthrough is like random draw, so it's not like in room 2 this is gonna happen, or you get to room 3 this is gonna happen. I do think it's all just random. Uh, we had some trippy stuff happen last live stream. We haven't anything trippy, but we did have like a legit jump scare that actually like caught me off guard. That legit scared me. That was not me acting. Um, just appeared out in the middle of nowhere. That's wild. I did turn off some of the audio because it was just like so laborsome. Um, but that's okay. Just kind of looked in. Work overnight, paving the machine is just. Gotcha. Oh man, 60 hours a week. That would be like in the hospital. I've done like some work weeks where it's like pretty wild, but um, I do have like some health related things where like if my boss is like, hey, we got some finance stuff, we got to really make it happen. I could do some. I could do it like a heavy week or two, but like not month after month, week after week. I I literally would end up probably in the hospital. It would not be a good business. So I have managed, my work-life balance from like not going like super crazy with hours and trying to manage stress and that type of thing. I don't think we have anything happening. I don't see anything else. If you remember Lige puts in crazy hours like that, 50, 60. Yeah, hard to balance. Yeah, and I'll admit, like I do have a stressful job in one regard, like maybe in regards to like complexity. Other people's like stressful job is like the physical aspect. And I realize I'm blessed in terms of like wage. I'm not like worried about starving or anything like that. But um, I mean, goodness, like this economy is just like horrible. So there's some people who like legit they feel the pressure because they're just trying to keep the lights on, you know. I don't think we got anything else happening. I think our sweep didn't catch anything. Now the one thing I haven't figured out in this game yet is if like for example it says 308, right? I wonder if some anomalies only spawn after like so much time has happened. That part I don't know. Which could be the case, but I haven't confirmed that. It's horrible, man. I make the most I ever have and struggle just as much. Yeah, it's crazy how much things are. Yeah, my parents are like, they're like, get a college degree and you'll get a good job and like you'll be able to do blah 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 blah. They're selling the American dream, and it's like nowadays I know people who are way smarter than me, way more talented than me. They put in like they got crazy degrees and they're like they having a time. But I have a theory on that. I'll tell you the theory. It's not a pop. All right, hold on a second here. What do we got? One, two. Oh, we missed one. We missed one. And we got 4 more hours with only 2 more locks. I don't think we're gonna make it. But my theory is, all right. So hear me out. Say we have 100 people, right? 100 people, and you know, in the boomers era, say I don't know, say 10, 20 people had like higher education, right? And they got, I mean, back in the day, you know, you could buy like a gallon of gas for $1, or you could, get a crazy meal for $10, or you could, buy a house with like one income, or you could, work your way through college, working during summers and like crazy stuff like that. And like during the boomer area, just say for the sake of discussion, maybe there's 10, 20 people that have degrees, right? Well, then you have the Gen Xers, and say now there's like 30, 40 people that have higher degrees, right? So there's an increasing amount of people. And actually, let me put snooze on this ad break so I can finish my story. All right, so let me do a snooze. That's gonna buy me five more minutes. And then now what you have the millennials and the Z's, and then now maybe it's 50, 60 of the 100 people, and then maybe now it's 70 of the 100 people, or 80 of the people. And the point of it is that my theory is that I don't, without having the exact percentages in front of me, like, what about the idea that now so many more people have all these higher degrees and all these fancy um, you know types of education, or academia or economics or finance or legal or doctor or whatever. And and then now you have the same people applying for jobs, and it's like, oh, well, in the boomer area, if you had like a college degree, they're like, oh, you got a college degree, that's really good, that sets you apart from your peers. Oh, okay, yeah, let me shake your hand and give you a job, a high paying job, right? But then now you have like Z's, uh, even I guess probably even millennials and Z's, and now you're fighting. You're not even talking to real people anymore. Like you're not even like going to an HR office. You're just like submitting stuff online, and then AI is grinding through all the apps, right? But now it's basically a world where like, oh, well, you have a, I see you have a bachelor's degree. Okay, well, we have 10 other applicants. We have 50 other applicants that have bachelors, and now you'd need like say a master's degree to have like, you know, a way of stepping past your peers. But, you know, in the boomer era, even maybe in the Gen X era, you could like work your way through college and be like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, two semesters a year, and then I'm gonna work during the summers and then put it towards whatever, right? And uh, and you could graduate college, and depending on if you had scholarship or if you had something else, you could graduate with a higher education degree with like no debt, right? Well, now you have people that that they have a degree, and they might be like 75 to, I've read stats, the average is like $100,000 of debt by the time a person graduates with like a bachelor's degree. And then you're living life with crazy inflation, right? Well, then at that point in time, um, you're like busting chops while you're like 100 grand, 150 grand in the hole, and you can never make ground. You're never gonna make ground. So like the boomer dream, the American dream, that's gone. That's like gone. Unless you like are a trust baby fund, a trust fund baby. Sorry. All right, so ad break in 2 minutes, but let me sip some more water. I know that might be kind of like a, like a really somber viewpoint, but I think that um, millennials and Zs, they actually have like a more difficult challenge on their hands than what the boomers and maybe even the Xers had. Oh, is that blood? No, it's not blood. All right, well, let's go next room. Anything? I don't see nothing. All right. I don't see nothing. Do I see anything crazy? I don't see anything crazy there. Well, sorry for the rambling TED Talk. I just, I recognize people have to work a lot harder to get anything nowadays compared to what other people got easier in years gone by. So everything's way more expensive. Do I see anything here? I don't. Nothing. There has to be anomalies. Oh, I see you. Yeah, it's wild. The American dream definitely isn't what it used to be. Now the dream is maybe meant is to be comfortable and have all the time we can for ourselves. And I do get the whole career thing. Everybody with degrees and got left struggling because of the loans. It shows even in construction because it's hard for yeah, yeah. And I'm not and I do believe in like hard work. I don't think that I don't think there's people that are like just, maybe there's people out there that are like just, give me like an easy life. Maybe there are people out there like that, but I do think there's a lot of people willing to work hard, and it's just let's go back to the bathroom and maybe look outside and then come back and let's see anything else. No, no. I don't think we got anything else happening. And then the other thing is, there's people that they spend the money, they get the degree, right? But then it's like basically an unusable degree. So just because you have a degree doesn't mean that like you have a mark. Oh, doesn't mean you have a mark. I don't think we got all the anomalies. I'm not feeling it. Oh yeah, all right, there we go. Yep, we cooked. Yep, we got cooked. Game over. All right, survive 4 out of 8 hours. I do want to like survive one night. That would be my goal for tonight. But the other thing is, like say I'm speaking of Mal, but if Mal had a degree in like basket weaving, I can't just walk up to a company and say, "Hey, company, like I have a degree in basket weaving. You owe me like a high-paying job." The company's gonna be like, "Well, we don't need someone who's skilled in basket weaving. We need someone with experience or education related to what's going to benefit our business," right? So I do think there are people out there that they're like, well, if I have to go to college, it's going to be all right. We got an ad break in 5 minutes or in 5 seconds. Let's go to ad break and then I'll finish my TED talk. Oh, I was talking through my ad break. Sorry about that. And so I think there are people out there that they have degrees that are maybe difficult to market, and that's some of the struggle that they feel. If I have a degree in basket weaving, I can't expect a company to be like, oh, well, you're a logistics company, so hire me with my basket weaving degree. So there are some cases where people have like a degree that they're interested in, like maybe they're really fascinated by basket weaving and that's they're passionate about basket weaving, but that doesn't mean that a company has to hire them with that basket weaving degree. It just means they were passionate when they were in college. They were passionate about basket weaving. So I think some of the challenges is that people also have to have like degrees that benefit the company that they're trying to hire with as well. So like I like fantasy baseball, right? But that doesn't mean that I can get a degree in fantasy baseball or fantasy sports and say, "Hey, I have a degree in fantasy sports, hire me." Um, because if me playing fantasy baseball doesn't help that company, they're not obligated to pay me, buco bank money just because I have a degree in fantasy sports. So I think that's some of the challenge too. Is people maybe, like I'll give you an example. My youngest sister, she has a degree. I think it's a really cool degree. It's a really cool degree, but it's difficult to market. And I remember I was telling my youngest sister, "Hey, youngest sister, like what you're going into is like really cool. I mean, that's an awesome degree, but you might struggle finding like employment with that degree, even though it's like a really cool thing to study." So I said, you may want to like talk with your guidance counselors or something to make sure that this cool degree is something that is hireable, that's marketable. And she's like, "Oh, Mal, no problem. Like, my professor's blah 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 blah." And I said, "Okay." I mean, I said, "I don't know everything, but I said, you might have a difficult job finding a degree in that that topic of interest." She's like, "Oh, no, 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 they'll help me, blah 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 blah." And it's curious. As soon as she finished her last semester, she said like her professors are like, "Nope, that's all you. Like you're gonna have to go like blah 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 blah," and they like had nothing to do with her. I don't remember that light being on. Oh, I guess it is. I remember that always being on. I don't remember that one being on though. Sometimes there's a car that spawns down there, and then there's also a ghost behind sometimes. Okay, so that was a nothing. So even my youngest sister, I tried to give her advice like, "Hey, actually, okay, that's also a nothing." Huh. So I think, oh my goodness, is Twitch like listening to us? The deal is talking about like what we've been talking about. Also like what I've been like explaining. That's wild. That's interesting. That the Frosty Tools is like crafting posts based on what we've been talking about in chat. That's interesting. Okay. It's still really early in the night. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. It listens now. I think. I don't know. I don't think it listens. I think we typed enough in chat, like actually typed in chat, that it figured out what we were talking about. Uh, Although I think Frosty Tools does have like an AI component. It's actually a really cool thing. Like you can have it welcome people who like subscribe or follow or give like little Twitch bits or whatever. They'll be like it can do like call outs and stuff. I have it just periodically go in and just like summarize, like AI, like summarize the chat a little bit. But it does, it's actually kind of is interesting how it kind of summarizes what it thinks we're talking about. But I will say this, like you just Talk about just say tacos around your phone sometime and see like what'll pop up in your advertising, and all of a sudden like you'll get advertising about tacos. Uh, so there is stuff that definitely in our technology that definitely listens. It was in someone's chat before, and his bot was aggressive. It singled you out anytime I'd come back. It was really? Are you serious? Was it like a sarcastic streamer that was like the personality of the streamer? Or was it like it just was unusual, like it picked on you but not other viewers or chatters? I'm kind of curious on the response to that question. Like, did it just single you out personally, like, and then everybody else was normal to you, or was it like maybe a sarcastic setting that the live streamer picked for the chat bot? Because you can do like like you can have it hooked up to like text to speech, and then you can have the AI like respond in like lovey-dovey, like or Valley Girl, or like librarian or academic professor. You can give like the AI like a subtle personality of how it'll like respond. I wonder if it had like a ooh, you know what? We need to get moving. I I think I don't think we got anything here. Oh, we are so cooked. We're so cooked. We're cooked. We actually survived with 0 anomalies. It was odd. Some people is fine with it, and it got sarcastic with you. I found out how he had it set up. It's like I said one thing, and it was like I'm picking him. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Kind of looking for little oddities. Have we seen anything? I think they're gonna like do something with that clock too. Pictures look normal. Oh, no, that's not supposed to be open. That yeah, that was something. Yeah, I've not fiddled with I have what is it, Moobot, for like if someone started cursing and like going off, it would step up and do some moderating. But this one was just meant to like if it'll acknowledge people, like say sometimes people come in and I'm like playing Grand Theft Auto or something, and they're like, hey, hope you're having a great night, I'm going to bed. And then it'll be like, oh, so and so stopped in to say like hello. Well, Mal was playing Grand Theft Auto, and he's off to bed, or she's just wanted to stop in to say hello, and it'll kind of summarize, um, which is kind of cool. I don't think this bot has personality settings, though. I don't think. I don't think we got anything happening in this hallway. We got anything? Still looking. Still looking. Anything in amber? I don't see anything in the amber. Oh. See you later, buddy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, so we got one. Let's keep it going. There's one like they had like it was like lasagna, and it had a hand like coming out of the pan. It was like a lasagna like with a hand cooked into it. It's pretty wild. There's one where there was a guy, a ghost that was peeking out of this cabinet. There was another one that was like yellow eyes or red eyes that was like hiding in these boxes. I've never seen an anomaly in that hallway though. That hallway, I've never seen one from this view, and I've never seen anything like peeking out of this door. Do you like how almost everything can change? Yeah, I agree. I've seen a ghost in this window before. I've not actually had any anomalies repeat, ironically enough. I don't think I've actually gone through the entire pool of anomalies. This is like actually a very for being a free game, this is like, I mean, I know I'm not great at it. Like I haven't survived a night yet, but there's a lot of stuff in this game in terms of like the pool of anomalies that can happen. I've not seen anything with this part of the dining room before though. Um, I've seen some stuff over here get messed up. Yeah. Let's keep it going. We got anything? Nothing over here. There's always been a park bench there, right? Nothing. Okay, alright, let's go bathroom. What do we got here? Anything over here? Nothing. There was one time the toilet was open and there was like an arm, a severed arm that was like stuffed in the toilet. There's one time there was like something in the little sink drawer. I'm still waiting for there to be like something creepy in the tub. I've not seen that yet. I mean, I look and I think to myself, if I was a dev and I was making anomalies, there's a lot of stuff that I could really make into it. And sometimes you can see the anomaly from another room. And nothing. You see? I don't see nothing. I saw a cool anomaly starter thing on the Unreal Marketplace. Oh, like an asset. Are you talking about like an asset pack where people like could use it to make a game? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about it was like a game like the base game without DLC or something? Want to do one more sweep with our remaining battery. I haven't seen nothing. There ain't nothing that's too exciting here. Game template. Like I would make one of these paintings like all like messed up. Haven't seen that yet. I'd like to see something like right here sometime. I thought there was one time where I saw one of the drawers like out of this cabinet and I took a picture of it and it said there was nothing there. So I'm not sure if like what you see in this part you can only take from while you're outside looking in, or if when you roll through here you can only do kitchen, like everything to the right of here, and this is like off limits and this is a part of the outside room. That I don't know yet. Let's check living room one more time. That's a pretty cool when this like turns into a creepy painting. It's like a skull instead of a lady. That's pretty cool. I've seen a few anomalies in this room. I think we're running out of time. I don't think I have not seen anything crazy. Unfortunately, we have not seen anything. Even waited pretty late. Do you hear that though? Huh. I don't see nothing. There ain't nothing. And we're running out I didn't get any anomalies. I don't think I got any anomalies. Yeah, we're running out of time now. Definitely did not get anything. We did not get nothing. Oh, we really we made. Oh wow. Okay. Well. So being a little nosy, but have you ever thought about like going into game design and just trying your hand at like making a game or something? Especially like in the AI area where you could like, hey AI, help me make blah 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 blah. Where you had like maybe AI to help do like some parts of the game development, and then you use like either your own work power or like commission work to like do finishing touches type thing. Getting a drink of water. All right, let's go. Re-rolling, we re-rolling. Nothing. I want to see this be like a stopped clock or something with the clock. That'd be nice. I don't see nothing. You see anything? I don't see nothing. There ain't nothing. Nothing exciting. I've seen this be like a foreign language before. The no signal. I don't see anything. I spent 3 months working on a project using the blueprint system in Unreal. Been picking up assets. Okay, you're collecting assets for a main idea and using the project I'm working on as a way to learn and maybe get something playable. Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't see nothing here. I don't see nothing. All right, let's go kitchen. The thing about anomaly though is you can build your base game and then the anomalies you just make into like variations, like rendering variations. Like when you roll into the room, you can have all the assets that were placed just stay there and then say, okay, I'm going to make this subtle substitution, and then it's asset substitution. I think that would be how it would be done, and then it wouldn't be as like what word am I looking for? What phrase? It wouldn't be as resource heavy because the the core, like for example, say for example this was the room, and then say for example the anomaly was this plant was red or knocked over or something. Like earlier we saw an anomaly where this plant was knocked over. Well then, once the user loads all these assets into their temp files, when they come rolling around the corner, like, okay, they're entering into this room, what's in the kitchen, and then they roll in, and then it renders, all this stuff has already been loaded into their temp files. The only thing that's different is the new asset that shows a knocked over plant is the new thing. And so I think anomaly games, at least like it's differences, like something is missing or something's added or something's a different shape or a size or something. That would be a lot easier than like something jumps out of a closet at you, or where it's like action event triggering or something like that, like where there's a cutscene or something like that. Let me get a drink of water again. I don't think we got anything in the kitchen. All right, let's go here. All right, let's look over here. Do we have anything moving? The easiest anomalies to find I've found have been like things that move, right? So it catches your eye from movement, but then in some cases things are in different places or different sizes, or a lot of gore oriented, like there's blood or there's a knife. Oh, see, like right here, the guy that's usually holding a spear is like dead. So the anomaly is the painting. Nice. Okay, so I did pick up a system. Okay, I did pick up a system. After getting a little overwhelmed, making an interaction system, which I did figure out what was wrong days later, but it was a who system. But it's a who system. Is who like an acronym? But it's a who system. I'd have to build it off of. Has some really cool features. It was called the whole system. My apologies. A whole system. Okay, all right. So it was like a template game, and then you revise the game to whatever fits your fancy. I like that. It was called the Horror Engine. Oh, nice. Can I ask a nosy question? Is it like the asset packs and things like that? Are you talking like let's say like under $100? Are you talking like under $500 or like $500 up? So like, what would your average hobbyist who wanted to spend the time, could they like do stuff? Oh, it was oh, nice. That's cool. Makes the risk and the ROI not that big of a deal. It's not a big ROI like I got to get my money back. I got $5,000 into it. Like the ROI isn't like a big stress at that point in time. And $20 you can afford to like make mistakes and like, oh, that's not what I hoped for, and then just scrap it, or maybe you keep it because you own it. You legally own. It's a possession. You possess it, right? And then it could be like, oh, even if you dump that original ID and you go on to another ID, you can be like, oh, well, I still have the asset pack for blah 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 blah. Like maybe you didn't want to do like a scary game, but you wanted to do like let me think. Maybe you wanted to do like a simulation game where like you're opening a store, and then you could say, oh well, I still have a house from this asset pack. I could use this for a completely different idea. That's interesting. I like that. And then what was it? Very resource heavy when you were like testing and stuff like that, or was it very like not a lot of memory leak and stuff like that? All right. So oh, I see you. Nice. Exactly. It's not what I expected. It's a lot more detailed. Really, a lot more detailed. That's cool. And it's probably, see, now this is the curiosity. I don't know whether this hallway is a part of the outside, like this room, or if it's a part of the kitchen. So it might be that if that cabinet door was open, I'd have to take the picture from outside to get the anomaly. I think that might be it. All right, let's look at our bathroom. Oh, eyeball. I saw that. Pun intended. I saw that. Okay. So 2 anomalies. We're running out of time though. Let's keep it going. At last room. It really feels like some of these, maybe I gotta wait for some of the hour to like get further along. Like maybe the anomaly doesn't spawn at like until a certain part of the hour or something. That's why when I've been chatting with you, I've been kind of testing that. Like, I'm just kind of sitting there. I could be like moving, but I'm just kind of testing to see like if the passage of time is a factor in these anomalies. Like, the anomaly won't spawn until a certain time of the hour. All right, let's roll. Are you serious? We still have all of our. I don't want to jinx us. I don't want to jinx us. No, it seemed to run good. The base as well, but they have it set so like you can turn on the radio, and it causes a triggering chain of events with anything interactive or interactable. So the door's open. Okay, so they turn on the radio and then all of a sudden the light's flickering or the TV turns on, like the jump scare part of it. It has a thing that can force the player to look and stare at something, gasp, heart rate. It's pretty. Oh yeah, so like you can force a cutscene like, okay, let's open up the door, and then all of a sudden instead of them like walking in and it's like not, uh, it's not like a build up. As soon as they reach for the door and they start turning the door, it goes to a cutscene, a forced cutscene to kind of build up ambience scare. Okay, I like that. So you could have it so that it's the player has to touch something and then it triggers an event, or I would assume they get to a place, like they walk to through a door, or they get to a hallway and then like something happens that moves the storyline further down. Okay, that's good. All right, let's go into our living room. Do I see anything? I wonder what kind of crazy stuff we could do with heart rate. I'm seeing live streamers do that nowadays, where they play scary games and then they have a heart rate that like, okay, my resting rate is say like 80 or something, and then like they have a jump scare and it's like goes up to like 120 or something like that. Um, I wonder if there's or like maybe like super weird. I have to look into that more. Or like one thing that's popular in scary games is you have like essentially like a sanity meter that acts like your health. So if your sanity goes to zero, like you get cooked, or the ghost finally can like break your sanity and you lose your mind or you get possessed or whatever. Um, or like maybe if the lights were out, you lose more health quicker or lose sanity quicker. I don't think we got anything happening in our living room. Yeah, if you have a smartwatch, adding the heart rate monitor. Oh, really? Really, I do have a smartwatch. I actually legit do. It's on the charger right now, but you have to like tell me how to do that sometime. Cause I have the smartwatch, but how would you have it be a source like in your OBS? That's the only thing I don't know. All right, let's check our kitchen. Paintings look good. No ghost across the way. Nothing in the amber glass. Nothing moving. We got anything happening here? No. Looking back through the amber. Let's look through the amber glass in this way. There was one time where I could see an anomaly through the amber glass. That was a really cool effect. See, like here, the Frosty Tools is like assessing some of the things that you've been talking about with like the asset packs. That's interesting. Wait. Is this still boats? Okay, yeah, that's still boats. Okay. Notice paintings sometimes are the anomaly. Okay, let's go dining room. Alright, we got any movement? Let's look for movement for a second. Look at our windows, nothing. Anything over... Oh, yeah, I see you. Look at you. We want a piece of candy? Nice. Okay, that's good. I don't think there's anything else here. Alright, got our anomaly. Let's go outside. See, like, I think, oh, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look that up later. I think that the hallway might be a part of the outside, I think. Okay. Yes, we do. See, I called it. The tub. Did you hear that owl? Oh, that is so awesome. All right. Now we have to find the anomaly. What's causing the anomaly? Oh, this is so awesome. I love this. Let's go, Muppets. That was so cool. That was really cool. There was another one where like it was like an Asher art where stuff was like floating around and it was like like another dimension type thing. Okay, use the URL. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up. Cause actually I have an Apple Watch that my sister and brother-in-law gave me, so I actually do have that. Um, Probably show how scared Mal gets during scary games. Maybe I'll have to try. Maybe I'll try that when I do a scary game. Do we see any? Let's just watch for movement real quick. I'm not seeing anything. How about over here? Do we got anything over here? I would put an anomaly like something peeking out from underneath the bed. Sorry for the cough. That'll be the next one, right? The game is listening, right? Some games do. They actually listen to the mic. I don't think it's one of this, though. I apologize for my cough. I have this sinus allergy infection. And I get this little drainage in the back of my throat, or you're trying to clear your throat. Like cough, cough, scratch, scratch in your throat. That's all that is. Let's take one more time. Let's go back to the bathroom. Okay, that's where we took that. And I did call that. Okay, so I think we got 2 or 3 anomalies. So I think we might have got everything. We'll see. Let's go. What is the lock? What do we got for locks? Let's go. Oh, we lost 2 of them. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. Looking around the room. Got any movement? No movement. Drink some more water. Oh, what? Are you serious? I played one that was supposed to use your webcam and watches your eyes to know when you blink. I think I've seen some gameplay of that. Oh, I don't know that I could do that, man. That's pretty whack. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we're good here. There's nothing happening. I've only seen once a drawer sticking out of this little cabinet. There's not a lot in this hallway. I'm waiting for that door to be open. Or that one maybe to be like something to peek out and like look. I would foresee that there could be an anomaly with one of those 2 doors. Or that painting to be like maybe like jacked up. Okay, what do we got? Anything for paintings? Paintings look clean. Amber glass looks okay. Let's check from this side. I don't see nothing. Nothing happened in the kitchen area. Nothing across the way. I've seen the refrigerator open before. That was kind of cool. Nothing happening on the amber. Oh! Table is knocked over. Okay. Sorry for the cough. Nothing in the window. Okay, do we see anything moving different other than the knocked over table? Seen the painting change. I would like one of the chairs to disappear, or maybe there be an extra chair. Oh, that's different. The wine glass thing. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm waiting for there to be an anomaly in that little window. Or maybe that light to be out. Oh, the painting is jacked up. Look at the painting. And there's something in the next room. I figured that painting would get spooked at some point in time. The radio, I love that. Let's listen for a second to see if it tells us anything. This would be where I'd have like a teaser or like a hint as to like the lore of the game. Let's listen for a few minutes. Very beautiful music as well. I'm a big fan of classical music and rap from time to time. Doesn't sound like there's any voices that are coming through saying, "We're gonna chase your soul." Might be like an audio loop. There is a Horror Engine demo on Steam. The trailer is epic. I'll have to check that out. I do have an appreciation for let me see, hold on a second here. I want to make sure I get that link before I pause so I can take a picture of this. I want to make sure I'm going to investigate that. Maybe I'll like look at that heart rate thing for the next time I do a scary game or something. Okay, all right, let me go back. Sorry about that. All right, I think the audio is just looping. I think we got this little gothic deal happening. And I'm waiting for this bear to get possessed or like something scary with the bear. That's what I would do. I've seen a ghost like in that window rather. I'd love to see something whacked out with that clock. There's so many anomaly thing that I think a person could really do a lot with. Like all the drawers out, you know, or the thing of it is you can build like a house and say, okay, well if I was doing something, let's make an anomaly into this and this and this, and you can literally hold on a second here, let me do the scroll. Okay, yeah. And a person really could, if they had the creative means of doing it, they really could make something special with a relatively static environment. I want to go back and let's do one more sweep. I think we might actually have the locks left to maybe make this run work. But let me just do one more sweep. I'm looking for something crazy. We have the time. Nothing in the amber. Nothing in the kitchen or in the far window. No movement. Nothing. Nothing happening here. Okay. Checking outside. Nothing. Nothing. I would maybe make like something flying out in the sky. That'd be a nice anomaly too. Looking for movement. I remember I've had friends who've pointed out that my short-term memory is like really, really bad. And so one of the reasons why I've purposely played more anomaly games. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We still got some locks. But the anomaly games cause me to like keep me working on my memory. Peeling behind the scenes stuff for games. There's a dev that makes videos on YouTube, and somehow I was able to look deeper into the new Resident Evil. His name is Halbot Studios. You're talking about like like the hack into the code or something? Is that what you're saying? Looking for movement. I don't see no movement. It's okay though. Did he like crack the code? He was able to see it in the link, the editor view, not code, but the layout of the levels. Oh. I actually saw a 7 Days to Die content creator that used some kind of mod that he was a base builder like Jawoodle. I think like a more technical version of Jawoodle is like, you know, sarcasm and humor and just like, you know, the goofy guy. That's like his whole like personality. But this guy's like very technical, so he's like, hey, you know, let's use this building block and this and this, and we do use this, and he explains like all of it. He explains like horde-based design the way I do, right? I'm a very technical base builder, and he used some mod that he could like. It might have been maybe not a mod, but maybe he used like God mode, and he could change like his camera view to show like the damage after the horde night, like underground, and that was pretty cool. There was a gameplay that Jawoodle was playing, and the mod actually like clipped, and he saw like a huge underground cavern part of like the story lore of that mod, and he's like, "What the mess? Like this is like a massive cavern complex," and it was really cool that you know, the thing of it is we live in an era where, oh, someone forgot to do dishes. That's great. Someone didn't do the dishes. Okay, so let's keep it going. But we live in an era where you can have talented devs who make a game, right? But there's so many tools that are available, like freely available or like low cost available, that now you have like actual gamers themselves that are like, hey, it'd be nice if we blah 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 blah, and they make like new DLC content or mods. Like for example, a community that is superior in this is Left 4 Dead 2. If you go on to like their Steam page, to like their mod section, it is like stupid how much stuff the community is like built for that game. And it's actually a testament to the creativity of the players that they love the game so much that they'll make custom maps, or they'll make like gun wraps, or they'll make skins for the monsters, or they're different skins for like the playable characters, or this or that. And it's literally like a uh, you can literally see the love that the community has for the game. I don't see anything else here. All right, what do we got here? Checking, looking. Do I see any oddities? I do not. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Holy heck! Oh, holy heck. Heck no. Holy heck. Oh, you think that's part of the game? Maybe that's part of the game? I think we have to take a picture of it. I gotta take a picture of it though. Find the anomaly source. I mean, it sounds... We're gonna run out of battery power. We're gonna die here. Or maybe it's in our... So he's pounding on the door. We're gonna die here. He's pounding on the door. Going back to base. So we... Oh my gosh, and now he got in. Well, I mean, hey, we got the farthest along in playthrough. I mean, it is like midnight here, right? So I'm gonna end here, not because we got smoked, but I gotta work, and I gotta be moving desks and all kind of stuff tomorrow, like moving cabinets and mess like that. But that is like great. That is like great that we basically met our villain, right? Because he's different than the guy who busts through our door, I think. But in when you're trying to find an anomaly source, like in the room where the event happens, like you spin the camera around in all the different directions, and eventually you're going to see the anomaly, and that's where you have to take the picture. But like the outside was all black, pitch black outside. So, and the curious thing is when we roll our camera. Do you remember when we rolled our camera to like the security room? We could see him glitching through, like trying to get in the camera room. But when we went back, we took the camera back to the bathroom. We like looked around the bathroom. He wasn't there. That's where the event happened. And then the only other place that he could have been is outside. Unless we had to go all the way back. Maybe he was in the hallway. Like remember, say you go back on the track and you go back through the dining room and you go back into the kitchen and there's that hallway there. Maybe he was like there. Like when you leave the family room, like here. Maybe he was like right there. Cause that right there is the window of the bathroom. So maybe what needed to happen, maybe where we screwed up, well, not we, me, this was like my loss, but the event happened here, right? And then he raced through, like he spawned behind us and then he raced through. And I'm like in here, like, okay, he's not here, looking around, he's not here, and then this was all pitch black, remember that? And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm looking down here, you can't, there was nothing here, and then this was lit up, right? And this is all pitch black. Maybe I had to go backwards, all the way back here, and then take a picture of him like there. Like that. But I bet that we're going to see him again the next time we play. And I bet that was tied to like hour 5. I bet the deeper you get into the night, the crazier it gets. And I think that next time, if my voice can recover more, I bet he was pounding on that door right there. Because this is the bathroom window. I bet he was standing at this door pounding. Or he was at that door pounding. And then we would take the picture from here like this. That's what I think. So I just didn't assess it. That like really caught me off guard. That Muppet was flying fast. But what a great game. For free, right? A free game? Like 3 weeks ago now? Free game. And I've already gotten like hours and hours out of this. And I still haven't got the achievement for like having seen all the anomalies. Which means there's even more anomalies that I haven't seen. We've never seen any of the anomalies more than once. All of them have been unique. That's how big this game is. I've never beat one of the nights. Which means I've never made it to 8 o'clock in the morning. So I haven't even got the story lore done yet. And I haven't got the achievement that I've like seen all the anomalies yet. There's still more that I haven't seen yet. Even all these times that I've died and started over and died and started over, all these nights where I start over again, haven't seen all the anomalies yet. That's how big this game is. Free. And I will say this, Eternal. This developer has another anomaly game. So they actually have done 2 anomaly games, at least that I know of. Yeah, the museum. Yeah, that's the one. And what a crazy awesome game. We definitely coming back. I am going to play this game. I'm not going to binge it. Like some people keep on binging it until like they beat the game. I'm not going to do that. Because I do like the variety. But I'm going to definitely keep on coming back. Because I notice when I have a fresh mind, I can spot things more. I spotting things I would have missed. Like if you rush this game, you're gonna miss stuff. And the fact that I was like talking with you, just like we're just talking shop talk, right? We're just talking like about like just video game stuff and video game design. So like I'm also just like soaking in the moment, and I'm not sure the anomalies are tied to how late into the hour it is. I don't believe that anymore. But for sure, we're gonna see more of that little demon guy again. But I am gonna like end here because um, I got work tomorrow that's gonna come pretty early. But we'll come back maybe sometime later in the week. I gotta teach lectures and attend lectures on Friday and Saturday, so that's like cooked. But maybe we fit it into like Thursday or something like that. We got 7 Days to Die with Pixel on Tuesday night. We got church on Wednesday. Lord knows I need it. And we might come back Thursday, and then Friday the weekend's cooked until like Saturday in the evening. But I'm gonna be like really exhausted. So maybe it's Thursday night is the next time we'll get a chance to play. But it was thank you again for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying it, and if nothing else, like the chatter. And I hope you have a great one and stay safe at the work site, huh? And otherwise, be good, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks again. Be good.